Well, I'm on my way back home now. I'm almost there. The only reason I really started this back up right now is because I wasn't sure if I had finished my thought or not, without really looking closely at it. I think I didn't really explain how come I was able to start back drinking again, and so I just wanted to make that point that I was able to start back drinking again because I had forgotten all the gory details. Like I said, I didn't forget how bad it was, but I forgot some of the nuances that just, I lost clarity, I guess is what I'm saying. I lost clarity. I mean, I always remembered why it was easy for me to remember the first time. It was the first time in my life that I realized that I was going to die. Up to that point, I thought I was going to live forever. And then I realized I was going to be dead in 10 years, and it was going to be slow, and it was going to be painful, and I was going to lose everything that I had worked so hard for along the way. And I was just keenly aware of that. So, anyways, there was just a clarity that I lost sight of, and maybe an overconfidence. And the confidence wasn't that misguided because I'm through. I'm through drinking, and I told my wife before I started back, I said, I fully remember that prison of the prison of alcohol and it killing me and it being hard to resist or impossible at that stage. But I told her that whatever prison that I felt like I was in now by not having the freedom to do whatever the hell I wanted, that if that was a prison, it was far better than the prison that I was in before with alcohol. And I told her I wasn't going back to that prison, and I'm not. I don't know how unique my story is. I know a lot of people think I'm pretty freaking unique, but I don't know how unique my alcohol story is. I really don't. The reason that I'm doing these videos is so that I can help maybe just one person. I mean, that if I were to help more than one person, sure, that's great. But I guess what I'm trying to say is if I only help one, it's going to be worth it to me. That was one thing that I didn't really incorporate the first time that I really sobered up, was helping others. And I think the reason that I didn't help others is because I almost thought that maybe I would hurt them more than help them. And I know that sounds silly, but at the beginning of I was having trouble with alcohol from the very beginning, and I got introduced into the program and all of that, and the powerlessness and all the steps, and it took a long time for me to get out of that brainwashing, because it just wasn't right for me. But I knew that some people, maybe that's all that they had, and I didn't want to take that from anybody, so I was very reluctant. I mean, I guess I was almost ashamed that I quit without it. But for me, I was never going to quit with it. I have to be fucking powerful, dude. I may take that out. I have to be powerful. I have to be in my life. I have to find as much power as I can for my own personal well-being. My own personal well-being. I need power. And so I can't be powerless. Sure, I'm powerless over some things, but not something that I pop the top and I drink to my heart's content. I'm not powerless to not do that. Now, it may be freaking hard. It may be real hard when you're in the middle of it, because it is addictive. And it messes with your perspective. So it may be real hard. But there is a way. There is a way. And I think everybody is unique. And I'm driving real slow because I'm about to pull in the drive. Everybody is unique. And maybe that's another reason why the program didn't work for me, is because I needed my own unique way. So, I mean, if these videos do nothing else but say, hey, that guy's unique, I'm unique, he found a way, then that's good enough. That's good enough for me. I'm not telling you how. I'm not telling you how to quit. I'm just telling you how I did. And so if there's some specifics that you can mimic, then that's good. That's fine. But if you have to create it all on your own, then know that I did that too. I read a lot of books and everything. Let's see, I read Rational Recovery, which that book, as much as it talks about how to get sober without AA, that's what it's talking about. It really spends a lot of time putting down AA. But that was the first one that I read, and that was important for me to get rid of that indoctrination. That was important for me to get rid of that. And one of the most I had mentioned Alan Carr, quit drinking the easy way, and that actually was probably the biggest help. The biggest help, because he really goes into alcohol is not what people say it is. He says that all people, given the opportunity, if they lived long enough and continued to drink, would become an alcoholic. And that was hard for me to swallow at first, but over these years of observing, I realized that alcohol is devastation, which he said that too, and it's devastation because it really is a poison, and I've come to see that, like I had said before, that alcohol doesn't compensate for anything. You have to compensate to drink it. I was able to go to the store just now, even though had I been doing something differently, I'd probably be drinking. So even that is a compensation, not to just freely be able to get in your car and go. So everything's a compensation when it comes to alcohol. You have to compensate for its use, even in small amounts. You have to compensate for its use. It's just it's good for making fire. It's good for preserving some things. It's good for making herbal medicines. It's good for a lot of things, but for recreational drinking, for social drinking, it's not one bit helpful. It really isn't. That may be hard for some people to swallow. It took me a long time to get there, but you know what? Indoctrination is real. It is real, and it makes us very biased. So I think one of the greatest potentials to unleash success in my life is to understand that everything that I believe, I've been indoctrinated to believe. Maybe not everything I believe right now, but everything that I believed in the first half of my life. But now that I'm in the second half of my life, I'm shedding as much of that as I can. Shedding as much of that domestication as it's been coined. So some of you may be familiar with that term. But anyways. Well, I hope that you found that helpful. I thank you for watching. Thank you for your well wishes. I'm certainly wishing all of you well. I'm fully aware of the desperation and the hell of alcohol addiction, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. So blessings to all of you, and I'll see you soon.